So today we're going to talk about stimulus and those Doge dividend checks that many people have been promising. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, where's my money? I need that Doge dividend check that Elon Musk promised. Even that President Trump said, yeah, that is a good idea and I support it. But guess what? There's been some changes along the way. I want to break down what's going on. I want to show you the numbers, what we are currently seeing, and why that Doge dividend check might not actually come, but it may not matter because the additional tariffs that are being placed on other countries, specifically China, is actually putting so much pressure on the American people and the U.S. economy that many lawmakers are discussing a potential stimulus check or some type of relief to the American people. So I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how you will be likely impacted. But first, before I do, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So right now, millions of people need money. They need money so that they can pay off their bills, they can keep a roof over their head, and they can just put food on the table. Well, guess what? It's becoming harder and harder, especially as prices continue to rise. But I want to show you a few things. First off, yes, this Doge stimulus check is potentially coming, but the bill has yet to be put forward. According to James Fishback, the creator of this, or the planner of this Doge dividend check, he is saying that the bill is forthcoming. But from the people that I am talking to, they say that yes, there's still a chance. However, there's a higher likelihood that they scrap the idea of the Doge dividend and just go forward with some form of stimulus or relief for the American people. Look at this. This just came out today. This is from Jerome Powell. It says the Fed chief warns Donald Trump tariffs will keep rates high. Now, what does this have to do with stimulus or any type of relief to the American people? Well, listen to this. One economist says if rates are high in order to slow inflation, which is how they work, many of us economists believe that stimulating the economy through direct payments to the American people would be the best option to keeping employment steady. Keep this in mind. With high inflation and high interest rates, consumers do not spend money. We've only seen consumers rush out and spend money over the past month because they are concerned and they're panicking because of potential tariffs. Those businesses that sold people on the idea that, yeah, go stock up, go buy a new car because prices are rising. Well, they got you. They really got you on this one. But this economist says, with high inflation, high interest rates, consumers do not spend money. And when we don't spend money, businesses don't profit. And as a result, they tend to turn to layoffs. That's what we see. Again, layoffs. If we see people get laid off, we are going to see more relief to the American people. Keep in mind that many Republicans believe that some type of recurring stimulus check, universal basic income, will be needed once AI takes over millions of jobs. Well, guess what? If we are not seeing AI taking over these jobs, but the jobs just go away because of a tough economy, we could potentially see stimulus anyway, right? Now, I want to show you a few things. Look at this right here. This is a big one, okay? This is from the Department of Government Efficiency run by Elon Musk, okay? Or he's kind of the face of it. So as of April 14th, 2025, so just 2 days ago, the new estimate shows $155 billion in savings from the Department of Government Efficiency. That is up from $150 billion just a week ago. Here's the reason why this is turning into a problem. And I want to show you a little bit of the math as well. Okay? Look at this. So currently they're saving about $155 billion. That's what they're saving as of right now. Okay? So here's what Elon Musk has been telling us. Elon Musk has been saying that the Department of Government Efficiency saves about $4 billion per week. However, over the past 7 days, the Department of Government Efficiency saved about $5 billion. That is less than $1 billion per day. That is a huge, huge drop off from what he's promising. But the reason why I'm showing this is simple. First off, keep in mind the numbers. It's $155 billion right here. So that's how much they've saved. Here's the problem. And again, keep in mind, this is not the amount of money that would be going to you. Okay? $155 billion. Okay? It's $155 billion. We would actually only need, or we would only get about 20% of that. Okay? Times that by 20%. That's $31 billion. Okay? $31 billion. Let me just do the math for you. $31 billion. Okay? There we go. $31 billion is right there. Here's the problem. They're going to then divide that by about 80 million people. Okay? There you go. By 80 million people. Look at that number. That's a check of $387.50 per taxpayer. That's a huge, huge difference from the $5,000. And here's what economists are saying. Even Deutsche Bank, like a week or 2 weeks ago, was saying that we need a policy change because we need additional stimulus. Look at the countries that we're competing against. China says China's March lending jumped on government stimulus push. Yeah. It says Beijing boosts fiscal support stimulus to shore up tariff hit economy. So China is giving their residents stimulus in order to make it through this tough time with tariffs coming from the United States. Well, look at this one. It says right here, a stimulus wave is set to wash over Germany and these stocks could benefit. The stimulus wave. Many countries are looking at providing stimulus to their residents, to the citizens, in order to make it through this tough economic time, specifically because of tariffs that all these countries are imposing on the United States as well, but because the United States is imposing them on them first. But listen to this. I asked a friend of mine. Okay, he works kind of very close with a certain lawmaker, and he says, and I quote, "There is a lot of support for the Doge dividends going to taxpayers, but it's just too slow. My best guess is that the support will start to die off with Doge, but I don't think the support of stimulus dies off with it. Our office is pushing forward with more tax credits for the working class, as well as small tax increases to higher income earners." Here's what you need to know, okay? And this is why I want to bust out the calculator again. Right now, Doge has saved $155 billion. Doge has been active for 12 weeks, okay? The Trump administration has been in office for 12 weeks. Here's the reason why this is a problem. $155 billion. That means that we still need $845 billion in order to reach Doge's goal of $1 trillion. That is what many lawmakers have been saying, that $1 trillion is pretty much the minimum. That Doge has to save $1 trillion. That means 20% of that, or $200 billion, can go to the American people in the form of a Doge dividend refund check. Another 20% can go to pay down our deficit. That would be great. And the other 60% would simply be a reduction in spending. Okay, all good things. But here's the problem. Okay? There's $845 billion still left that we need to save. Okay? Here's the issue. They are saving about $5 billion per week. Well, technically, they're saving about $12 billion a week, simply because it's been 12 weeks. They saved $155 billion. It's a little bit under $13 billion a week that they've saved. But they saved the majority of it up front. Now they're sitting about $5 billion per week. Look at this. $845 billion. We divide that by $5 billion is what's going to take per week. This means in 169 weeks, we're going to be at $1 trillion in savings. That would then mean we can send out this Doge dividend refund check. This is why my friend's saying that it is just too slow. That he believes his best guess is that the support will start to die off with Doge. I've said this before. I think Doge, there's some things that Doge is doing that make sense. But I think for them to come in And if we expect them to just save billions or trillions of dollars instantly, it's not going to happen. It's going to take far too long. So, what does this mean for you and I moving forward? Well, what we are hearing, and we've heard it from multiple people, multiple sources, this Doge dividend check could come. If it does, the earliest it's going to come is in the summer of 2026. But Democrats say they would fight that tooth and nail simply because that's going to be just months away from the midterm elections. And Democrats do not want to go and compete with the Republicans who just gave millions of Americans this Doge dividend check. They're not going to support that. They will fight that. And so they're saying that, no, that's not going to happen. But yet Republicans say, if we get it, the earliest it's going to be is summer of 2026. But here's what I can tell you. There's more lawmakers looking at alternatives to this Doge dividend refund check, like tax cuts, tax credits, okay? Whether it's the child tax credit, right? Doesn't matter, okay? Just a tax credit. Payroll tax credit. We heard that from Senator Josh Hawley just the other day. I talked about that. So yes, there is a lot of discussions being had about how we can better position the American people here in the United States so that we can continue to see the economy boom. But as of right now, there is a lot of issues, and this is where some say there's reports that say many economists believe that there's going to be some form of stimulus or relief to the American people simply because of what the other countries are doing and how the United States does not want to fall behind. So, if we see this, and again, I think we will, because Donald Trump has been talking about these tax cuts, providing some form of relief to the American people. Now, could this come into relief as far as the extension of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017? Yeah. But we've also been discussing that for quite some time anyway. So that's nothing new. So I think there's going to be something for the American people on the table. The only issue is, when exactly does it pass? That I don't know. And I asked the question, my friend, again, does not know. His office does not know. So we'll see. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way, and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.